Huh. So this is what losing feels like. I honestly forgot what it was like for a second. So the Roughnecks have their first loss, not just of the season, but in franchise history. Doesn't mean it's over. We're still definitely the best team in the South. So we're definitely going to win the South Division. We're definitely going to go into playoffs, and we're going to go to that championship game. But this one game shows the flaws in this team and where we need to try to improve in order to, well, make sure we get the title locked down. Because we just lost to the Sea Dragons. They're not exactly the top tier of the North at the moment, which right now is number one, the St. Louis Battlehawks, and number two, the DC Defenders. Those are the top two teams in the North. And we just lost to the Sea Dragons. Not exactly the best team out there, but upsets happen. Maybe we bounce back. Maybe this is a wake up call, which I kind of hope it is. One, our quarterback hasn't been the best. Yeah, I get it. He can't seem to make the tightly knit throws. There's been a lot of times when you're watching the games, he's not the best at making those throws into coverage. Granted, he's not always picked off. He's not the most picked off quarterback out there. That's the Sea Dragons. We got 3 interceptions that game alone. Our defense, really, really good. We were missing one player. That one player, we really felt it. He's a you know, Trent Harris. He was definitely missed. He was not active. Not a reason given other than he just didn't practice. Which why didn't he practice? I'd like to know that. But he's not on the injury reserved. Not sure why he played. The defense really missed him. The defense still held strong, only holding the Sea Dragons to 21 points. And honestly, the mobility of the Sea Dragons quarterback is what was the main issue. And yeah, because he used his legs to do two big plays, one of them leading to a touchdown with his rushing. And yeah, this man, he when he's on point with his mobility, he's very hard to defend because mobile quarterbacks are hard to defend when they got the arm in their legs. But the defense still held pretty strong, even without Trent Harris. If we had him, we still probably could have won that game. Brendan Silver's issues throwing the ball when it comes to covered receivers. And if our receivers can get free, easy money. He still overthrows some receivers at times. I'll notice it. I noticed it whenever I was at the XFL game, the first game I actually went to. It's just kind of a, something to come to expect. But with him at this point, he's a pretty good quarterback, though. Now, what was also kind of interesting about this loss is our offensive coordinator and their offensive coordinator, June Jones, really know each other. June Jones, the former head coach of the XFL Roughnecks back in our undefeated season where we went, uh, now he's the offensive coordinator of the other team. Now, he could have given his defense a lot of information on how our offense should be run, and that seemed to have been very helpful because when how we know how our offense is run. I mean, it's a different head coach, different players, different offensive coordinator. Well, our offensive coordinator was basically mentored everything he knows about running an offense from June Jones. So, yeah, it makes sense that they would know. And honestly, probably should have known a little bit more. But again, he has more experience. June Jones has more experience running an offense than our coordinator. He probably prepared for, well, they probably know our offense a bit. And it's not just that, he has more experience in this XFL rule set, June Jones does. Because I'm pretty sure, yeah, this is his first XFL thing with kind of a different rule set. And so he has more He just has more experience in the XFL. He has more experience overall, more experience in the XFL, and honestly, any game that he's been in where the Roughnecks have been on the field, he's won. He's the only he June. No one could beat the Roughnecks, so June Jones put it upon himself, the former head coach. Yeah, mm. But again, that doesn't mean there's no hope. This defense still held really strong, even with missing one of our best pass rushers, who's leading in sacks and tackles for loss in the entire league. Our defense still held pretty strong, holding the Sea Dragons to only 21 points, which is an amazing feat. Our offense figured things out in the second half. We did. We've in the first half, we were shut out altogether. Second half, we came out and we scored some pretty good points. We made that shows one that we can make in game adjustments and uh, halftime adjustments. We just did it there. Not only have we done in the past against like worst thing, but we did it and we did pretty darn well. We were really close to winning. And two, we need to limit our mistakes. Oh man, if we limit our mistakes, we probably win that game. Granted, that could be said about the Sea Dragons. They limit their mistakes with the 3 interceptions they did. Well, does they probably blow us out? But again, if we limit our mistakes, we had a touchdown run that was called back because of holding. Granted, it's an iffy call. Probably could have been challenged, but if it was challenged, he said that the leading ref said it probably would have held. It most likely would have held. But again, it's just a that is it is an iffy call. So my dog just jumped through, and you hear her howling. Our offense figured things out. Next time if we face the Sea Dragons, I think we win the game. We are still a really great team. We still go into the championship game. This is not the end. Okay, just because we lost to the Sea Dragons, who aren't exactly the best team in the North, doesn't mean it's the end. We still gotta face the DC Defenders tomorrow. But don't go in and just saying, "Oh, one loss, now we're pretenders." We're not pretenders. We're still the best in the South, and we nearly won that game against the Sea Dragons. Again, nearly won, and we still have to face the DC Defenders and the St. Louis Battlehawks. There's still a lot of season to go. One game does not make a pretender. We still got a lot of season. Well, half a season. We still got half a season, and we still got to face the Brahmas and the Brahmas. We still got to face one more time. We got to face the Renegades one more time. We got to face the Defenders. Uh, the Battlehawks and that final the Vipers. We still got to face. We still got uh, those teams to face. Defenders, Battlehawks, Vipers. One of each team essentially. The season's not over. There's still a lot of hope for this team. The championship is still within our grasp. I don't care what they say about the Defenders. They could say it's within their grasp, but I think it's ours to lose. This game was not hopeless. We made the second half adjustments. That is great news for the Roughnecks. And yeah, we were missing one of our top defending rushers. Brandon Silvers was just doing what he typically does. People are talking about it now, but he's overthrown receivers multiple times. He's overthrown open receivers. He's not the best at throwing into tight coverage. That's just who he is. That's just what we're going to expect. We're not going to get the best quarterbacks in the XFL. So yeah, that's just what we're going to get. The best quarterbacks are all in the NFL. And we were so close to winning this game. It was an interception thanks to the Seattle Sea Dragons defense knocking the ball out of Brendan Silver's hand as he was trying to throw it. They did a challenge for a penalty. It did not work, and we lost. But it was so close. They were only leading by 6 points. They only won by 6 points. We were at the Seattle Sea Dragons 27. We get that touchdown, we tie the game. We get any kind of conversion, we win the game. There's 4 seconds left on the clock whenever they got the ball back. And we get that touchdown and get any kind of conversion, we win. That's how close it was. This team is not hopeless. This is not us being pretenders. We lost a close one. We're not going to win all the close ones. Honestly, it's amazing how long it took for us to finally lose a game. This team is great. This team does not, the fans do not need to give up. The fans do not need to just go down. The fans do not need to worry about being pretenders. Let the Seattle Sea Dragons have their day. They're celebrating. They got the win. They're the only team in history to defeat the Roughnecks. Let them have their day. At the end of this season, we're going to be the ones in that championship game hoisting the XFL trophy. And I still believe that.